I gave this market a big old whooping today. So let's walk through my last 4 trades, guys. And I'm going to give you the exact variables that you need to go out there and find this exact setup yourself. So grab your paper and your pen and let's dive into the first setup, which is going to be BQ right here. And BQ made this move up here to around 110 early in pre-market. This was pre-6 a.m. After that, it pulled all the way down to 74 cents where it completely fell off the top gainers list at all. I did not have this on my pre-market watch list. And then this actually didn't start rounding and get on my watch list until after 10 a.m. here. So every day I live trade with my students from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the reason why is because that has been the most consistent time frame. But my full trading window is from 9 a.m. all the way till 12. So the way I run this is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I drop a link inside of my one-on-one student chat so they can live trade with me, so they can actually see me identify these setups in real time and ask questions. And then from 10 a.m. all the way till 12, I typically call out the setups that happen after 10 inside of the one-on-one student chat. So after I hopped off the live trading session today, I'll just actually kind of walk you through the chat. This is the actual link to the live trading session right here. And then after that, I hopped off right there at 10:02, and I just let everybody know VBIO just got halted down. And so the breakout level that we're looking for on that one was 130. SBEV was on watch, but then also too, I let them know right here. This is when BQ got on my watch list right here, a little after 10, where I said BQ is on watch. I gave a snapshot right here. You can see the breakout level is at 110. So if I scroll down a little bit right here, Eris, who is one of my longtime one-on-one students, and if you guys are interested in one-on-one, specifically, I'm looking for people who have over $10,000 in their account, a little bit more established. Maybe you've been through a couple mentorships, you've tried different scalping strategies, things like that, and you want a more data-backed approach, and you would like to see the 3,900 plus breakouts that I've tracked. If you guys are interested in that, I'm looking to take on a couple more students. This community that you see is a very small community. I only have 8 one-on-one students, and most of them are trading with over $10,000 in account. And everybody's trading with more than $5,000 in their account. So I'll say right here, BQ is getting close. Tag everyone, could break out on the 5-minute candle, 2 minutes left. Eris right here asked me if it's a 15% take profit, 20% stop loss. I answer him right here and say yes. Then I say it's getting rejected. Probably going to have to wait a little bit longer here. But BQ at the end of the 5-minute candle, I actually started moving back up. So I said going for it last second. Confirm breakout. If this 1-minute candle closes green, I am in. Tagged everyone. I'm in. I got filled at 116.5, TP at 135, stop loss at 93 cents. If this 5-minute candle closes green, I'm also going to go in with another group order with a 15% take profit and a 20% stop loss from wherever the next 5-minute candle closes. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through this exact setup and pull up the chart here in a second. But remember, only if it's green. And then I had Jake in there who's kind of struggling today. Jake, I love you, man. We're going to catch you some more setups. I know you didn't execute the way you wanted to today. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. So I told Jake, you can still catch the continuation if the next 5-minute candle does close green. 30 seconds left on the 5-minute candle. And then I put right here that I'm in with another position. Eris was saying that he likes the continuation on the 5-minute candle better than the 1 minute. And I can understand why, because it actually has a slightly higher win rate, which I'm going to go over with you guys here. The second take profit was at 141. First take profit got hit, second TP hit, just kind of celebrating with the guys there because yesterday we had a red day. Today we had a nice green day, which was really nice. So let's jump into this actual setup now that you kind of see how I rolled that out with my one-on-one students. May sound like gibberish to you, but they've been trained one-on-one with me on these setups, so they knew exactly what I meant. So a couple things here. As BQ starts to pull back and start to round up, the first thing that we always look at is going to be the market cap and the free float, which you can easily see over here on the top gainers list if you have this set up like mine. BQ at the time had a market cap below 10 million, which was great. Market cap must be below 50 million for this setup. And then also free float was at 7.8 million. Free float must be below 10 million for this setup. So make sure you grab your paper and your pen and you write that down. The other thing that we need to take a look at is the profile. Preferably, we want to see this either USA, China, or Canada. That has delivered the highest win rate. And as you can see, this stock right here is from China. So now all we're waiting for is for this 5-minute candle to break above our established breakout level of 110. And that's exactly what happens right here at 10:45. Let me move myself over a little bit here. So at 10:45 here, when you heard me say, I'm waiting for the next 1-minute candle to close green, what I found here, and this has a massive direct correlation to win rate, is when you are trading a breakout on the 5-minute time frame, what I found works best outside of market cap and free float is when you zoom into the 1-minute time frame and you do a multi-time frame analysis. And while that 5-minute candle is closing green, the 1-minute candle, the final 1-minute candle on the 5-minute candle also closes green. And then the next 1-minute candle also closes green. So for this specific setup, we needed the 10:45 a.m. 1-minute candle to close green and then the 10:46 candle. So let's zoom into the 1-minute time frame. I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So 10:45, we close green. I got my finger on the trigger watching this next candle right here. My finger is on the trigger on the Turbo Trader. And as soon as this bad boy closes at 1046, I'm going over to Turbo Trader, hitting buy at market with already a group order with a 15% take profit, 20% stop loss. You can see that this 1 minute candle right here closes at 118. And I actually got filled a little bit below that. I got filled at 116 on this specific stock. We get immediate continuation to the upside. Zooming back out to the 5-minute time frame, the reason why I went in with another position is because the other setup, I called the first setup the green light special. And then if the next 5-minute candle closes green like this one did right here, I call this the green light special continuation. Because when that next 5-minute candle also closes green, what I found from tracking the data is that you can actually go in with another position and go in with for another 15% take profit from this level with a 20% stop loss. And the win rate is actually higher when the second 5-minute candle closes green. So let me walk you through my exact dashboard here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. And again, guys, if you trade with over $10,000 in your account, you want access to these dashboards, you want to live trade with me every single day, I highly recommend you click that link down below and go check it out. We'll hop on a call and I'll make sure it's a good fit before we ever get you signed up. But I can get you live trading with me as soon as tomorrow. All right. So the first setup is right here. Over the past 134 trades, I've been tracking this since August. 90 of them have run for at least 15% with a 67% win rate. So right here, you can see the net profit. That's if you execute it perfectly. Now, to be fair, guys, read the disclaimer. I'm not saying that you're going to execute this perfectly. I'm also not saying that I have a crystal ball and that I know that this specific strategy is going to perform like this for the next 12 months. I can only give you the back-tested data. And for many of you, you guys know you don't have a crystal ball. So you can only make the best decision based off historical data and hope like hell that, you know, the market continues to do what it's been doing. And that's been the way that I've traded here for the past 15 plus months. Now, the second one, when the second 5-minute candle closes and you go in with another position, that's happened 100 times. And out of the 100 times, 70 times it ran for at least 15% with a 70% win rate. So you actually have a higher win rate when the second 5-minute candle closes green and you go for an additional 15%. So that was the first setup that we took today. And if I hop back into the one-on-one chat here, you'll just see we kind of celebrated a little bit right here. Jake ended up getting a quick 10%. David, who is my newest one-on-one student, said, that's awesome. Hit TP and then it halted. The timing was perfect. So we got out right before the halt, which was extremely nice because a lot of times we don't get out right before it halts. We end up getting out after it halts, but that ended up working out pretty nice. So outside of that, I was still scanning for possible setups. So SCKT ended up being on watch here because it started pulling back. So I had that one on watch. And then we just kind of continue to chat a little bit here. SCKT does end up breaking out, but the second 1-minute candle did not close green, ended up closing red, as Jake was able to identify right there. So we skipped that one. And then right here, you'll see me post that I'm watching WCT. And this was around, I believe this was around, let's take a look at the details. It was at 11:14 right here. So this is after 11 a.m. David asked me about IMTE. I let him know that that one had already broke out. You can see that one broke out earlier in pre-market. And I said, WCT is feeling like a pump and dump stock with the way that it's moving. And the price action was very wonky on it. I'm gonna walk you through it. I did end up trading it here because it's my exact setup and I need to take these setups when they happen. And it did end up paying off for me. So if you scroll down a little bit here, you'll be able to see that I say WCT just confirmed breakout. First candle was green. Can we get another? We'll enter here if the candle closes green, 1520 in TP at 136. Oh man, it got halted at 135. So we ended up getting halted right before it hit my take profit on this second trade. I asked if you guys got in. Jake unfortunately ended up missing that one. David said I'm in, just need one more penny. So let me actually walk you through this exact setup because it's the exact same setup, guys. And I want you to go out there and find this for yourself. So WCT, again, did nothing in pre-market here. Right here, it starts to pop at 11:05. Right here at 11:10. And then finally, it pulls back at 11:15. At 11:15, I go ahead and establish this level at 114. And you can't really tell here in hindsight, but these candles were moving very wonky because it was relatively low volume at this level because these 5-minute candles only had around $200,000 worth of volume. So it would wick down here and then it would come back up and then it would wick down and then it would come back up. And that's why I was saying, this kind of feels like a pump and dump. And on top of that as well, I didn't see any news for this stock. But what I always say is I don't pay attention as much to the news. The price action is going to tell me what's really true on the stock if it's actually got momentum. So right here at 11:30, we get the 5-minute candle that closes above our breakout level. So follow along with me. What do I need to see? I need to see the 1-minute candle close green at 11:30, and then at 11:31, the 1-minute candle needs to close green as well. So if we zoom in here and we find the 11:30 candle, it's going to be right here, close green, 11:31, closed green as well. I'm in at the close of this candle right here. This candle closed at 118. That's exactly where I got filled at. Next 1 minute candle takes off like a rocket right here. We end up getting halted right here. Right before our take profit, got halted at 135. Our take profit was at 136. I went for the full 15%, like 14.98% to be exact. So I needed it to go to 136. Now, if I go back into the one-on-one student chat, you'll see me say right here, if I scroll up a little bit, that since I'm up big for the day, at this point I was already 3 for 3, and I could see the expected open on WCT, and it was expected to open above our take profit. So I figured that we were going to get filled on that one. I said, since I'm up big for the day, I will risk it here and also go for the continuation with another position at the unhalt. And the reason why is because the second 5 minute candle did close green. So I'll be entering as soon as it's unhalted with another group order, 15% take profit, 20% stop loss. Make sure you enter with a group order. If you do, that's very important, because after the halt, you got to enter in with a group order, because if not, you could get really wrecked to the downside, because if you don't have a stop loss and it gets halted. I made a video about it. You can go check it out. It's a whole process. And then I say I'm out, completely out on both. Let's go. So just to walk you through that second position that I got in, when it got halted right here, I waited until it got unhalted. And as soon as it got unhalted, I went in with another group order and got filled right here around this 150 level. We did have a quick pullback. This happened very fast right here at 10%. And then we popped up. And if you take your rectangle here, you can easily measure this out. Right here, we hit take profit because it popped a little over 16%. So I got filled right there, was able to immediately get out of that trade. It happened very fast. It did end up pulling back again right here to around 10%. Remember, stop loss is going to be at 20%. So our stop loss was all the way down here. Ended up making this move all the way up to 184, which was a little over 22%. Now, as you can see, guys, this is why it's so important. And, you know, to be honest with you, I don't know how you guys trade without data, because it's so important to know exactly where to put your take profit. Because if I would have got greedy on this and would have thought, oh, this thing got halted to the upside, it's going to be one of those big halt runners, and I tried to continue to hold this bad boy, look what happened to this. I mean, this was a Chinese stock that popped off of no news. And of course, later on, it completely dumped. So you got to be very careful here. For me, knowing the right place to put my take profit has saved me more times than I can count. So hopefully this video was valuable for you. Take these setups, go find them yourself, go use them. And if you want to live trade with me every single day, Monday through Friday, so you can understand these strategies better, you want to learn all my other strategies that I've been able to unveil through taking a look at all the variables, you guys can click that link down below. Look forward to talking to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.